Our body does two things. It digests and it detoxifies.
Right.
So people that are eating a standard American diet of a lot of processed foods,
That's right.
or they're eating a lot of meat, what do you think their body's going to be spending a lot of time doing?
Trying to digest.
Trying to digest.
Yeah.
So let me break it down to you like this. When you eat fruits and vegetables, it only takes about 2 hours for it to digest in the stomach before it moves to the small intestine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So then when you eat grains, you know, such as brown rice, whole wheat pasta, things like that, and oftentimes beans,
Right.
that takes about 3 to 4 hours to digest in the stomach before it moves into the small intestine. Meat, animal protein, and dairy takes twice that long. It takes a minimum of 8 hours just to digest in the stomach before it moves into the small intestine. Now I want to give you all a picture, a visualization of something. Okay, now our digestive system, a lot of people just think, oh, it's my stomach, or oh, it's just my, it's just my butt. Well, let's be realistic. The digestive system starts here and it ends, down there.
On the other end.
Down there.
Yeah,
so we've got over 7 meters of digestive system. That's a lot. That's a lot. You think about the length of your arm, think about 7 of those.
I just had a friend tell me that at a museum, the museum with the body parts.
The Body World.
Yeah.
The Body World exhibit. Yeah.
They said that they took the intestine out and they stretched it. It's like it went across the wall and all these kind of things. We think, oh, I'm just going to eat and, I'll go poop and, it's just this simple process. But in actuality, there's a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of processes that have to happen for food to come from here and to come out the other end.
Well, absolutely, Randy. And so our digestion starts as soon as we put it in our mouth, okay? So the salivary amylase, it's in our saliva, that helps to break down carbohydrates.
Which is why we should be hydrated and everything so that can
Exactly, because we need our salivary glands to be moist. So the carbohydrates are going to be found in our fruits and our vegetables and our whole grains. So we're going to start digesting, and that's why chewing very well is extremely important. So you almost want to chew your food till it's like a liquid-like consistency.
Chew till a cream.
So
Take
care of your teeth, everybody. That's super important. All right. Now, in order to digest the proteins that are in meat,
right,
you need the peptides. The peptides don't occur up here. You have to wait till it gets to the stomach before the peptides can start digesting them. Wow. So you've already lost some digestive transit time when you're eating the heavy, animal proteins.
Right. So, Lisa, I know we could go on with this for all day long, I know, but I think we're starting to get the picture that what you eat has to do with the condition of your processes. Right? So the process of what you said, we digest and we detoxify.
Correct.
So eating the right kind of foods helps that process happen, which in turn gives us a better level of health. Is that what we're saying?
That's right.
And so would you agree that people, we don't need to just get more fiber because I think that doesn't really speak, a lot of people say, oh, I need more fiber, so they'll go get some Metamucil.
Stay away from laxatives and the Metamucil. And Randy, I just got to make this really important point.
Yes.
I've also worked with a lot of patients with psychiatric mental illness and a lot of persons with autism spectrum disorder and intellectual delay. And a lot of them are given, and also pain patients as well. So a lot of the drugs that they're given, the psychotropic and the pain management drugs, induce constipation. So they give them the laxatives and the stool softeners when they give them their daily meds. And they're usually giving them their meds about 3 times a day, and the laxatives are usually given twice a day with that. What happens is when you are constantly taking laxatives over the counter or in the medical system, what it does is it destroys and paralyzes the natural villi which occur in the large intestine, and those villi are needed for peristalsis, which is the natural movement that occurs in the bowel. So if you're constantly taking the laxatives or the stool softeners, it is going to paralyze the natural function peristalsis to get the waste out of the body. And what happens is people become dependent on the
Right.
laxatives and the
Right.
stool softeners when there's no need for that, because you can do that 99% of the time through enough fiber and enough liquid and enough movement in your diet.
So it's very important for people to understand that the body is not just a mental thing. The body is very much a physical working machine with many different parts, and those parts have to be oiled, if you will. They have to be taken care of, if you will, because when little processes break down, then that has an effect on some of the bigger processes, maybe mental health, physical health, and these kind of things, which then lead to chronic illness and possibly even premature natural death. Right?
Yes, Randy, and I also want to touch on another point too. I mentioned that the number 1 and number 2 over-the-counter drugs that are sold are laxatives and antacids. And for women, the number 1 prescription medication prescribed is antidepressants. Now, if somebody has not gone to the bathroom and is not having good bowel health, is not having good bowel health, that is going to create a lot of toxicity in the body.
Right.
And studies have shown that it affects your mood, and it is going to make you feel groggy, irritable, and depressed if your gut isn't clean, because that toxicity is going to go all throughout the body and even to the brain and affect the way that you feel.
Well, it's basically 1 + 1 = 2. 2 + 2 = 4.
Right.
If your bowel is filled with rancid material, animal products in particular, and it creates an environment of toxicity, and when we say the environment, we're talking about our organs, which are filled with blood vessels, which our blood travels past, and osmosis takes material from one place and sends it to another place. If that toxicity is within our system, and toxins are traveling throughout our body, is it possible that those toxins can affect other areas, including our mental health?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, I know guys with something called gout. People have sore.
Tartaric acid
Yeah,
in the body.
they have these problems. Some people complain, "Oh, I have sore feet," or "I have a swollen leg," or something. That's linked to what's happening in your gut area and how the toxins are traveling around, specifically downwards because of gravity.
Absolutely.
So these processes that happen in our body should be taken very seriously.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that's what we're talking about today, right? So, well, Lisa, thank you so much for being here, and it's a pleasure talking with you. I am a vegan.
Yay!
And so I kind of understand some of the things that you're talking about. I would certainly like to have more conversations about why you should have fiber in your system, and also where to get fiber. What are the best sources for fiber? We didn't talk about that really.
Right, I think that's part 2 of our video series.
Yeah, that's part 2. So please stay tuned. We're going to come back. Lisa and I are just getting warmed up here, and we're going to talk more about what you can do to put your body, put your mind in the best health possible. And please stay tuned for videos to come. So this is Randy Wilson, the Longevity Seeker.
And Lisa Brooks Williams, the vegan and raw food chef.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.